Have you ever sat quietly, looking at your dog, and wondered, am I doing a good job? Is my pup truly happy, or is that just what I want to believe? We can't ask them for answers. But sometimes, they leave us tiny signs, so subtle, just to say thank you. It might be a loving gaze, a gentle nudge of the head against your hand, or simply the way they curl up beside you, fast asleep, like there's nothing scary left in the world. If you've ever experienced those little moments, then maybe you're doing better than you think. Today, let's explore 12 special signs, the kind only truly devoted dog owners would recognize. And if you find you've done even a few of the things on this list, be proud, because your pup is quietly telling you, thank you for loving me the right way. There's a moment so small, yet once you see it, you'll never forget. It's when your dog flops over and sleeps soundly like a child, belly exposed for all to see. It sounds adorable, but in a dog's world, it's the ultimate sign of surrender, of complete trust, because the belly is the most vulnerable part of their body. No dog, no matter how gentle, would ever show it to someone they don't trust. So if your pup can sleep peacefully next to you, not curled up, not guarding the door, not keeping one eye open, then you're not just their owner. You're their safest place in the world. I once read a line that hit me right in the heart. If a dog can sleep peacefully beside you, then you've rescued it from a world of fears it could never put into words. That's not something you teach. It's something that only happens when you've lived with them long enough for them to believe. With you, I can let go. Ellipsis. But don't get too confident just yet. Because there's one sign even deeper than sleeping beside you. It's when they lick you at the exact moment you need it most. Ready to explore what that really means? There are times when you say nothing. No tears, no complaints. No one knows you're tired or sad, except for someone. Your dog. You're sitting in silence, eyes distant, when suddenly, a gentle lick on your hand. Then those deep, soulful eyes looking up at you, as if to ask, I'm here, are you okay? Many people think dogs lick just because something smells interesting. But no, licking is a form of comfort, a natural instinct pups use to soothe their mothers. And vice versa. To your dog, licking you is both instinctive and deeply emotional. It's their way of saying, I can feel your feelings. And I want to do something, even something small, to make it better. In those moments, no matter how much weight you're carrying, you feel lighter because someone is there. Not asking questions, just present. I once heard a quote I'll never forget. Dogs can't speak, so they use love to answer your pain. And maybe that's why some dogs will bring you their favorite toy, laying it gently at your feet, as if offering a little gift, just to make you smile. Have you ever received one of those strange little gifts? Ever walked into your living room and stepped on a drool-soaked toy? Or woken up in the morning, opened your eyes, and found an old, worn-out stuffed bear lying right in front of you? Sounds a little odd, doesn't it? But that is a gift. A gift from your dog. In a dog's world, a favorite toy is deeply personal. They hide it, guard it, sleep with it, carry it when they're feeling down, like a comfort object. So when your pup brings it to you, drops it at your feet, or gently nudges it into your hand, that's no ordinary gesture. That's a powerful act of affection, sharing, and connection. It's not just an invitation to play. It's their way of saying, I know you're tired, so I want to give you the thing I love most. A friend once told me, whenever I work for too long and forget about my dog, he quietly places his old rubber ball right next to my foot. Like he's saying, hey, it's break time, my friend. And I always remember this quote. For anyone who's ever received one of those strange little gifts from their pup. When a dog gives you what they love most, it means you are what they treasure the most. Ellipsis. But there's something even more valuable than toys. And that's time. And you might be surprised to learn. Some dogs will always choose to be right beside you, even when there's a perfectly cozy bed just steps away. Have you ever seen this scene? A soft, clean bed, with blankets and cushions, neatly tucked into the corner of the room. And yet, your dog still chooses to lie right by your feet. Even if it's under a cramped table, next to your chair, uncomfortable, hard, and far from ideal. On cold nights, instead of curling up in their cozy bed, they scoot closer to you, nestling against your back, or curling up at the edge of the bed, just to touch you. It's not about the comfort of the spot. It's because where you are, is where it's warmest. Dogs are pack animals. When they love someone, they instinctively want to stay close, even if the spot itself holds no special comfort. Some dogs will even drape themselves across your legs, or rest their chin on your hand while you work. For them, just feeling your heartbeat is peace enough. Someone once told me, voice trembling with emotion, there were nights I couldn't sleep. But when my dog scooted closer, it felt like I was being held by all the gentleness in the world. And it's true. When your pup chooses you over their bed, that's their silent way of saying, with you, I feel warm, I feel safe. Ellipsis. But did you know? There's a sign even more precious than lying next to you. It's when your dog looks into your eyes and holds that gaze just a little longer. There's one thing that never lies. Not words, but the eyes. If you've ever had this moment, when you glance over and your dog is already looking at you. Not blinking, not in a rush, just a calm, steady gaze. Then you've felt one of the purest connections between human and dog. For us, eye contact is normal, but for dogs, staring directly into someone's eyes is a very strong behavior. In the canine world, eye contact is often used to assert dominance, show caution, or challenge. Only when they truly trust you, feel relaxed and safe, will they willingly hold your gaze. When your dog looks at you with soft, gentle eyes, that look is saying, you are mine, and I trust you. In those moments, you don't have to say a word. Just smile back, and your hearts are already in sync. One researcher once shared, when dogs look into a human's eyes, their bodies release oxytocin, the love hormone. And magically, the same hormone rises in humans as they look back. You don't need grand training sessions or constant praise. Sometimes, that one gaze is all it takes to know you're doing it right. Ellipsis. But there's one more thing. Something not everyone gets to experience. It's when your dog lets you brush their fur, trim their nails, clean their ears, without resistance. Not every dog enjoys being touched. Brushing, nail trimming, ear cleaning? For many pups, that's peak stress time. Why? Because in the dog world, letting someone touch their sensitive areas, especially their paws, ears, or mouth, is a huge act of vulnerability. Only when they completely trust you will they lie still. No tensing up, no flinching, no growling out of fear. If your dog lets you brush their fur every day, gently lift their paw to trim their nails, or simply stays calm and quiet as you clean their teeth, then congratulations. Your pup sees you as family. Not just the one who feeds me, but the one they've chosen to fully trust. And here's the beautiful part. Many rescue dogs who've been abandoned or abused take a long time before they'll let anyone touch their ears or chin. But with a person who is patient, gentle, and full of love, they learn to trust again. Little by little, day by day. I once heard a dog parent say through tears, "The first time my pup let me trim her nails without pulling away, I felt like I had just helped heal an old wound. It wasn't because they were skilled. It was because they were kind." Ellipsis. And that kindness doesn't just show in your actions. It radiates even in how your dog responds to the sound of your voice. Have you ever noticed that the moment you speak, your dog turns their head toward you? Even if they're dozing off, playing, or in another room, you might say something as simple as, "Want to go for a walk?" or "Come here." And instantly, their tail starts wagging. Their eyes light up like flashlights in the night. Why? Because your voice is the most comforting sound they know. Not car horns, not the TV, not anyone else in the house. Just you, the person they listen to every day, from the moment they open their eyes to the moment they drift off to sleep. In a study published in Science, researchers found that the emotional centers in a dog's brain respond more strongly to their owner's voice than to any other sound. They don't just hear you. They feel the emotions in your voice. When you're sad, they sense it. When you're happy, they light up. When you're tired, they slow down, as if to match your energy. That's why older dogs, even with fading sight and dulled hearing, will still turn toward your voice, like it's the last instinct they hold on to. There's a quote I truly believe every longtime dog parent will understand. In the gentle sound of your voice, your dog finds an entire world of peace. Ellipsis. And when you've lived with your pup long enough, loved them deeply enough, they begin to understand and sync with your daily rhythm, without you having to say a word. Curious what that looks like? Just wait for the next part. It might surprise you. Have you ever felt like your dog knew what you were going to do even before you did? You just reach for your sneakers, and they're already waiting at the door. You open your water bottle at night, and they quietly head to their usual sleeping spot. You sleep in a little longer than usual, and they look at you as if to ask, "Are you okay today?" We think we're the ones observing and taking care of them. But the truth is, they've been quietly taking care of us. 2. With their silent awareness and deep, unspoken understanding, your dog doesn't have a clock, no alarm reminders, yet somehow, they always sense your rhythm, and they adapt to it, just enough to never disturb you, or to be there right when you need them. Dogs are creatures of routine. But once they've bonded deeply with a person, their old routines start to matter less than understanding your rhythm. A friend once told me, every time she got ready to leave for work, her dog would lie quietly by the door. No barking, no fussing, just lying there, as if to say, "I get it, I'll wait." And that simple act touched her more deeply than anything else. Why? Because only someone who truly cares will take the time to notice the tiniest details. Dogs don't need promises. They just need consistent love. Every single day. Ellipsis. But there will be days when you're not okay. And your dog knows it. Not through action, but through silence. And sometimes, that silence is the gentlest form of comfort there is. There are times when you don't want anyone to say anything. You don't want to be asked questions. You don't need advice. You just need someone there, sitting next to you. Not making any noise. That's all. And your dog understands that. Unlike humans, confused when they see someone sad, struggling to figure out the right thing to say. Dogs don't talk. Dogs don't try to fix your emotions. Dogs just stay. You're sad. Your dog doesn't run around, doesn't call for attention, doesn't grab toys like usual. Your dog just stays quiet. Sometimes he just puts his head on your leg, or simply sits and looks at you with a soft, borderline look. It's like saying, "I don't understand everything, but I'm here, and I'm not going away." For many people, that look is the best medicine. No words needed, no action needed, just a loyal soul who is always ready to be there for you, in both joy and sadness. One owner once shared, "There was a day when I put my head down on the table. No longer had the strength to cry. The baby just sat there, not taking his eyes off. And at that moment, I felt, I still have someone, and for the baby, I have to continue." That is unconditional love. And also a reminder, you are not alone. Ellipsis. But sometimes, that love is expressed more strongly and clearly when something or someone makes the baby think you are in danger. Have you ever seen your baby stand in front of you when there are strangers? Have you ever been talking to a stranger, and your baby suddenly stepped in between you? Or when someone approached too quickly, your baby barked, growled, or even stood in front of you, despite being normally very gentle? Don't be too quick to scold your baby. Because at that time, your baby was doing the only thing his loyal heart knew how to do. Protect you. Dogs are creatures with a very strong territorial instinct. But for those who are truly attached to their owners, you are their most precious territory. Your baby doesn't need to know what the other person means. He just knows. Something is making you nervous, and I can't stand to watch. Sometimes it's just the sound of a motorbike, a strange noise outside the door, or simply you sighing more deeply than usual. And he's up, ears perked, eyes alert, not because he's aggressive, but because he loves you, and is willing to take risks for you. If necessary. I once heard someone say this about his dog. He never takes his eyes off me. Especially when I'm talking to strangers. One time, I fainted while walking, and he sat next to me, barking until someone came to help. That's when I understood, to him, I mean the world. For a dog, protecting you isn't a duty. It's the instinct of a heart that loves without calculation. And from that love, there are times when your baby automatically adjusts his behavior. Be gentler, more restrained, just because he knows you are tired, weak, and not feeling well. And when your baby chooses to play gentler with you, that is a very special sign. Want to know more? Let's continue. You're tired. Your head is spinning after a long day. You just want to lie down, not talk, not play, not do anything. And then, the baby comes. No jumping up and down like usual. No biting or pulling toys or making a fuss. The baby just gently rests his chin on your lap, breathing softly, as if saying, I know, you're tired today. So I'll be here, and be gentle. You see, dogs don't need psychology classes to understand you. They observe, every day. And once they have loved someone long enough, they know how to adjust their behavior to suit that person's mood. The baby is playing, but when he sees you sigh, he stops. You cough lightly, he stops completely. You lie down to rest, he doesn't want to play anymore but just curls up close to you. Not bothering you. Not because you ordered him to. Not because you taught him to. But because he loves you so much that he knows sometimes he has to be gentle. So as not to tire you out more. Someone once said, I was sick and in bed for a week. He didn't leave the foot of the bed. Every morning, instead of barking like usual, he just put his nose on my hand and lay down. And I realized I had never been loved so kindly. Dogs don't need to be noisy to show their love. Sometimes, it's those quiet and gentle moments that make us cry the most. Ellipsis. And then, after all, when you're well again and back to your normal routine, one thing remains the same. Your dog will still be the first to greet you. Even after a long absence. Have you ever had your dog talk to you with little barks, whines or meows every time you come home? You walk into the house after a long day. And before you have time to take off your shoes, put down your bag, close the door, your baby comes running, not only wagging his tail, but also starting to talk. Sometimes it's a little whine, a series of grunting and woofing sounds as if he's telling a story. Sometimes it's a series of soft barks. Then he turns around, then he stares at you, and you get the distinct feeling, he's telling me something. It's not a request for food. It's not a request to go out. It's your baby's way of connecting, sharing, responding, because he misses you. And he has a story to share. With talkative breeds like huskies or shepherds, you'll see this more clearly. But even quiet dogs will have their own way of chatting with you, sometimes just with a look, a folded ear, a slight tilt of the head, or a long sigh. An old owner once said, after a long business trip, he will walk around the house, stop somewhere, bark once, and then look at me. It's like he's taking me around to check on everything that happened while I was away. And I always feel welcome, like I'm really home. You may not understand all of those sounds, but you will understand one thing. Your baby misses you, your baby needs you, and your baby is happy that you're back. Ellipsis. And if you've ever received that noisy and loving welcome, you know, you're not just a dog owner. You're family. You've gone through 12 signs, not to check if you're doing enough, but to realize one simple thing. Your love for your baby is always there, and your baby feels it. Every day. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to know everything about dog care. You just have to be there, every day, with genuine love and unconditional tenderness. And if your baby has ever licked your hand when you're sad, brought you a favorite toy and placed it in front of you, or simply sat quietly next to you when you said nothing, then you're more than just the owner. You're the most peaceful place in your baby's world. And that is enough to make you proud.